Good afternoon. I'm not sure if you can hear them. I'll try to be quiet, but you'll probably not be able to hear them. But boy, the bees are really going crazy now in this crabapple tree. You can see just how full in bloom it is. It's beautiful. It smells beautiful. It's really, really nice right now. I'm going to show you some other things. Spring is definitely in the air. It's in full hatch. Let's call it that. We got a batch of bees coming for ourselves here. Should probably be here Monday, maybe Tuesday, but I'd expect Monday they'll be here. And so we'll get the hives and that kind of thing set up. I've got them all cleaned and prepared, so they'll be ready. But got some other things to show you. Oh, these geese. My goodness. They can be bossy. They can be really bossy. Let's take a look, though. Let's take a look at what I got for you. All right, well, first, this is Brutus. Brutus is the funniest duck. He's a huge drake. He's a muscovy, and to be honest, he's the funniest thing. He's almost like a dog. He wants to be right next to you all the time, no matter what you're doing. He just wants to be right there. So you'll hear him kind of making this sound, but he makes this all the time. It's just a kind of a I'm not sure if you can hear that. Anyway, here's the geese. Everybody's kind of taking a little afternoon nap. My geese. Hi, sweetheart. Oh, all right. These guys are more what I was trying to show you. I'm not sure if you can tell, but you can see the hen here in the back. This hen in the back had 4 ducklings. You can see here are 3 of them, and there's one back here. The larger of them are her ducklings. And then there are 5 more from another hen. They're more of the dark ones here. These ones are actually getting pretty close to getting turned out here in the yard. They're getting plenty old enough. You can see how big this character here is. They're starting to get their feathers. They look hilarious at this age because they're just barely starting to get their feathers, and so they're fuzzy and they're not fuzzy. That is Spike. That one there is Spike. He is crested. I'm not sure if you can see the the little thing of feathers he's got right in the top of his head right there. Hi, buddy. Let's see. I need to change their water. Ducks are notoriously messy in their water. You can see what they do is they just kind of swirl around. They get mud on their feet and mud in their mouth and everything, and then they swirl it around in their water. Anyway, Spike is crested, so he's going to have that little crown of feathers up on his head right there, and it just looks hilarious. It looks like a mohawk, for crying out loud. But anyhow, let's take a look at the other little young ones that we have here. So, by the way, that first group of chicks that I indicated to you and I showed you, chicks that I showed you, were called call ducks. They're a small um, duck. They look similar. Some look similar in coloration and that kind of thing to a mallard, but they're about half the size of like a mallard. But so they are called a call duck. That is one of the ducks that my wife is breeding. Here are another pair of little call ducks right here. These guys are much younger than the others that were out there. And we've got 2 others that are maybe just a little bit smaller than these guys here. And my wife is hatching out, oh geez, I'd like to say 1 or 2 more, but she's probably got about 50 more she's trying to hatch out. These are all be for sale here before long, and she'll have them on her website. Now this is a huge hatch she just had, and these are not call ducks, these are runner ducks. and I'll show you kind of what they look like. I haven't shown you what these guys are like in their mature stage or anything like that. They're a very interesting duck. They they're tall and very lean, and they don't have much for wings. They've been bred, or I don't know, however they came into existence. They don't fly. They don't have much for wings, and so they're really a unique type of duck. So anyway, these are the hatched runner ducks, and she's going to have several more. She's got more in there right now that are still kind of in the incubator, still warming up and drying off, and that kind of thing. But these guys are really cute. It's definitely spring right now. That's for sure. Not only are we going to have calves, but we've got a whole pile of ducklings and all sorts of babies. We'll have bees here before long as well. So, all right, let me show you what these guys look like at a more mature stage. So this is what the runners look like. That's a hen. This here is a drake. This here is a hen, and they're very tall. They're very lean. They have very minimal wings. They're very small winged, um, and so they're really a unique duck. They're almost like a, I don't know what you would say, almost kind of like a cross between a stork and a duck, if I were to have to describe them. But you can see my wife has got some very interesting colored runner ducks, and so she's also breeding for different colors and different things like that with these guys. So those are the ducks and the ducklings and the babies. Everybody, spring is definitely in the air. If you enjoyed this video, if you're enjoying any of the content, please do me a favor and like and subscribe and leave me a comment. I really do appreciate your comments. I look forward to hearing about what you've got going on and the different animals that you've got, or the different things like that that you've got going on, whether it be just bees or trees, geese, or whatever you've got going on. I really am interested in hearing what you've got going on. Thank you very much. Have a great day.